Hi, Collective. Welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny. So this will be the third time I've tried to do this reading. I keep getting interrupted. So maybe some of you are getting interrupted. So I left the charms and stuff out because I figured we could just, go back to them. So I tried to do a soulmate reading earlier. It turned into a goddamn shit show. It is not a soulmate reading. It's a reading of someone that was in your energy, whoever you are previously, that apparently wants you back. So if you're new here, welcome in. I always say these readings are timeless, so whenever you're seeing it, it's meant for you. And then if it resonates, great, it's for you. But if it doesn't, then just let it go. So we got some letters. So we got two Z's, a T, a W, an L, and an M, a D, an M, maybe somebody's in your DM, a J, and a V, and then a crown, a star, a cross, a key, a cat, an airplane, bananas, maybe somebody's bananas, a crown, a little girl, a green circle. This looks kind of like a poinsettia or something, another crown. And I said earlier, this to me, when I look at it this way, it looks like a Jason mask, but it's actually a sea castle or a castle. And then this little checkerboard, a horse, a cat, a butterfly, a starfish, a fish, a music note, a wreath, a key, and a heart. So I also said when I tried to begin this video earlier that I was not going to try to get anything channeled because I feel like that could be part of the issue. Maybe my wires are crossed or something. I don't know. I did cleanse the space, so I don't know. So third time's the charm. Let's try to get this bitch out. See what you need to know. So holy angels, holy spirits, what does the collective need to know? I would say about what you don't see coming, because there is a message in here that needs to come out. So let's get to it. Soon. I'm going to contact you soon. Maybe you want them to, maybe you don't. Who can tell? Still listening. I listen to the music you've shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we're apart. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Down the rabbit hole again. All right, what else? I mean, these messages are obviously coming out for a reason, so somebody needs to hear them, but I'm just annoyed by it. The future. I daydream about our future together, going on adventures, growing old together. I want it all. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. I'm sure you didn't, collective. Sure you didn't deserve a stitch of whatever this is. Wild side. They want you to be wild with them, whoever this person is. What else, Spirit? Lost. I feel lost without you. Okay. So let's use the Love Oracle deck instead of the What's the Vibe deck, because last time, I don't know, I feel like I'm so afraid the Psychopath card is going to come out. I mean, it didn't last time, but let's get some info about what soon means. I'm going to contact you soon. Fear, afraid, uneasy, suspicious, scared. Date. So they're afraid that you are dating someone, that you've already met someone, I'm getting energetically. Whether this be a past person or someone who wants to come in and date you. And then still listening to the music that you sent them. You've distanced yourself from this person. because of a third party situation. And by that, I mean, it could be with family, it could be with a lover, it could be with anybody. But you have definitely, what it looks like, distanced yourself. Dreaming about a future with you. The snake. Deception, shady. The enemy. Text messages. So they are going to contact you. I mean, it's come out in a couple of different ways. What about the I'm sorry? The grass is greener. So they were unhappy. They felt like they deserved better. And then they left. They rolled the dice. Took a chance. Leap of faith. And it was a bad call. What else? What about this wild side? This is interesting. Soulmate. Twin flame. All right. So we are going to use my little yes or no deck here. Because I feel like this could be something different than what this is. So, Spirit, is this wild side and twin flame, is this the past person? Let go. So, that seems to me like Spirit feels like you don't need the answer to that question. Unlikely. Okay. So this is not your past person. This is someone you are calling in as a soulmate, which is what I was trying to do earlier. Beautiful and magical. Okay. So you letting go of this past person is calling in a soulmate. What else about that, Spirit? The truth. So I can't remember what movie it was on. Oh, Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, where he's like having that big fit and he's like torturing himself with the toilet and he's like kicking his ass, and then he's like, the truth shall set you free. So maybe that's got something to do with it while you walked away. And she also looks like the Queen of Swords to me. So, all right. What about Lost? Fated meeting, meant to be. So I could look at this two ways, right? So I feel like the person that from your past, well, I guess, you know what, if I'm being honest with myself, every meeting is a fated meeting, right? Every time you meet somebody, you fall in love, it's fated, it's written somewhere. So maybe you are going to have another encounter with someone new. Heartbreak. Or it could just be that this past person is obsessing over you. Okay, so I was called to use this deck earlier and I did not. So this is the Oracle of the Mermaids guidebook. So, Spirit, what does the collective need to know about the person that's past person that's going to contact them, their fear of what the collective is doing? Yamaya, freedom, power. So you've taken back your power. And this scares the shit out of this person. What else? Time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals. So I feel like this is saying like everything happens in divine timing. And I feel like you really put your all into this relationship. Reflections. What you can contemplate can actualize. So you are thinking about your future. What else about this, Spirit? Rapid development, Atlantis, excellent success. Yeah, I feel like this is where you were headed. Falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. Yes, so I feel like when you meet this person, and it kind of reminds me, it reminds me of the Taylor Swift song Opalite. I think it's in there where she said when she would like talk about past lovers and like hook up with past lovers, her brother would accuse her of digging through the trash. And then she was talking to her friends about love, and they said, well, when you know, you know. So that's very interesting. So I feel like your soul will recognize this new person you're calling in. What else, Spirit? Sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible. Yeah, and in the meantime, you are going to be calling on your tribe, your coven, whoever you have. I have a couple of best friends that are amazing, that have gotten me through basically everything. And, you know, sometimes we're all a shit show, but I don't know. It's just the way it is. Maybe that's for somebody. And then honoring the masculine, respecting, I feel like this is respecting your masculine energy that you've had to use. We're going to get one more card, and then we'll move on to tarot. Yeah, you are ready to go on a pilgrimage, journey of the soul. You know, really be committed to being yourself, sitting with yourself. You know, maybe you do need a dark night of the soul. I've had one a couple of times. I was going to say I wouldn't recommend it, but you kind of have to. Well, you don't have to. There's people that avoid it and that are train wrecks. But looking at your shadow side is definitely really beneficial. I don't know if I said it on this video, but I've been sick, so I apologize for hacking. I can't stand it. Oh, hopefully it'll be over soon. So anyway, all right, Spirit. So why is this all coming out now? Why are we seeing this? This came out. This is the exact card that came out in the last one. 8 of Swords. Because you were feeling restricted, confused, paralyzed in the previous relationship. All right. What else about that, Spirit? 9 of Swords. Yes. You were having a waking nightmare in this relationship with this person. They were negative. They were shaming you, making you feel bad about yourself. You felt like you were living in the house with a dragon. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying that because there's a dragon on the card. But divine timing is here too. There's a clock on there. So, all right. So what else about this, Spirit? 3 of Coins. So I feel like you asked for help, whether you knew it or not. Either from your spirit guides or from a friend, a mentor. And what was the result of that? Page of Cups. It allowed you to get in touch with your dreamer side, I feel like. Your innocence. And kind of reflect on who you actually are. So falling in love with yourself again. All right. So where does this past person sit on this whole thing? In the 10 of Wands position. They're struggling. They're burdened. Weighed down by whatever happened here. What else, Spirit? While you were in the 9 of Coins position. All right. Where's the collective sitting on all this? Knight of Swords. So you have taken out your sword. You've been direct. You are going with the flow. You're not, being in your feelings. You are using your sword and being fearless and moving along from this situation, this past situation, to the Ten of Coins, which is basically the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you are building your home, your security. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. All right. So, can we get an outcome card for this? The Two of Wands. You came to a fork in the road. There was a decision to be made that was in divine timing. You made it. The Hermit card, you went inward and really looked at the situation for what it is. And that clock is there again. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, I don't know if I've said this before, but by letting things go, like really letting them go, energetically, physically, and that's like, not looking up your ex's posts on social media or going through old photos or listening to music that reminds you of this person, like actually letting them go. That is going to help you to move forward, to bring in a soulmate, and get you where you need to be, completing cycles. So this is beautiful. Let's give you an advice card. Let's use this deck, the Gateway of Light activation deck. So what else does the collective need to know about this? Because this is a lot. So you are calling in a soulmate. You just had to let this past person go. So you got angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. Pleading activation. Come together. Harmony in the heavens. Resolution. And you got Orion activation. Supernova. Recreation. Renewal. Rebirth by light. And that's the other thing too. I feel like if you were sharing a space with this person, and even if you weren't sharing a space with this person, right? This past person, there are such things as energy vampires. And I feel like some people don't believe in that, but it's an actuality. Like this person can come into your space, draw off your energy, completely suck the feminine energy out of you. And, you're wondering why you don't want to have sex. You don't want to create things. You don't want to, you're not nurturing. And it's because this person, whoever they are, literally sucked all your energy out of you. So I feel like once this person leaves your space or you leave the room that this person's in or whatever the situation is, you are getting your light back. It's obvious. This person, it almost looks like they have a seashell on their jaw. I don't know if you could see that. And then all of these just look like your light is being activated again. So you're finding your joy, you're finding your happiness, and, possibly calling in your soulmate. So anyway, this was what was intended before, but we had to go around the tree and, fuck around and whatever. So here we are. So anyway, if this resonates with you guys, let me know. I'm going to do one more reading, I think. I'm painting my kitchen, so I don't want to spend all day doing readings, but I think it's important to get these messages out. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. The channel is doing well. Um, I am coming around. So if I don't do one tonight, I'll do one tomorrow. But happy New Year's Eve. I am just going to be here in home remodel mode. But I love you guys so much and have a wonderful New Year's Eve and take good care of yourselves. Bye.